What?
You know, my
Helpful.
keys. Oh, how did I not see them there? Is there any water? Start meeting. Hi, Raj.
Hey Joey, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. More importantly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. A little tired.
I bet. So it's been a couple of weeks since we chatted, or, well, since I met Charlie virtually. How is she?
Yeah, great. Although, every time I say her name, I think of Zoe's grandma.
Oh, well, you named her after her, right? Expect you'll get used to it. Well, you'll have to. So, I mean, how are you feeling, honestly?
Honestly, it's been pretty tough. I feel like I'm seeing everything through a fog. The tiredness is intense.
Yeah, I bet. You know, it's a massive thing, having a baby. It's heroic. But even heroes get tired.
Oh yes. Although, the fog's lifted somewhat today. Zoe and Charlie with her grandma, so I have the house to myself.
I'm glad. Good. So let's keep having these chats moving forwards. And I'm also going to extend our weekly catch-ups so that we have these sorts of chats as well as our normal careers and goals conversations, at least for the next few months. So it's a big adjustment. And you're going to be seeing a lot more of me. So lucky you.
Thank you. Sounds great.
Great. So shall we crack on?
Yes.
So this is your performance management meeting where we look at goals and accountabilities for the year ahead. As an important aside, I can't stress enough how we need to be looking through the hybrid lens constantly, because performance management is a very different landscape when we just don't see each other enough. Mm-hmm. We are sometimes, in certain situations, going to need to prioritise face-to-face meetings. But today, as agreed, we're going to meet virtually. Mm-hmm. So, I'm really interested in your stretch goal, particularly with what's going on with luxury and lifestyle at the moment at IHG and your professional development. Now, you've just become a new dad, so I don't expect you've had a real chance to think about...
Oh, I have, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, I wasn't sure.
Hi, Joey. This is your conscience speaking. Bit of new dad stereotyping there, don't you think?
It's fine. I wanted to dedicate some time to think about my goals for the year before the fog descended.
Yeah, great. So, talk to me.
So, we've talked about the Kimpton branding process, and I'd like to stretch myself with a leadership role in that space.
Snap. You must be a mind reader. That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh. We've got a lot of Kimpton openings this year, particularly in Europe.
Tell me about it. I've actually written something down. Goal: to own crafting of the unique Kimpton experiences for each new Kimpton in Europe this year. Look, there will be aspects which are very new to me, which is where the stretch will be.
Excellent. Have you thought about what it will involve?
I have. It's a big end-to-end product management piece combining creating a distinct name, a distinct visual identity, and a distinct guest journey.
Yeah. Collaterals are going to be really important too, as will bespoke marketing, sales and communications plans.
A lot of moving parts. Quite scary hearing it all out loud.
Well, you've totally got this. Talk to me about, how you will approach it. Who are some of the key stakeholders?
Well, partnerships are going to be important. Specifically creative agencies, architects, interior designers, etc.
Etc. is a dangerous word. Specifics isn't. No, I mean, seriously, things can get misconstrued really easily. So, be prepared to provide extra clarity and extra communications with both external and internal partners. And be prepared to think about what some of those critical face-to-face touch points are going to need to be.
Yes, that's such a great point. And you're right, those partnerships, internal and external, are crucial.
Yeah, so talk to me about what some of those internal partnerships might be.
Hotel operations, L&D, sales and marketing.
Good stuff. So now have a think about ways of working, right? And where you might need to flex, because there are going to be multiple stakeholders at play here with different schedules. And remember, hybrid. Now, earlier you mentioned that the goal was scary. What can we do to help reduce the fear factor?
I had thought about this. Perhaps having a mentor might help. Paolo would be amazing, but he's way too busy.
Good idea. Yes, he is busy. But let's both have a chat with him and see if he can help. You know, stretch goals don't always need to involve a mentor, but you've really stepped up with this, so let's do it. Paolo is a really expert meetings facilitator, and he'd also be really useful in the workshops. And he's Mr. Relationships, right? So you might want to get him involved in some of those stakeholder conversations too. So my advice is, if he agrees, use him. He's an oracle.
Okay, I will.
Great. So let's talk about what success looks like. Okay. So on time, on budget, and on brand Kimpton openings in Europe. Nice and simple. But given the nature of this stretch goal and the fact that we're all, working in hybrid as the new normal, let's meet virtually weekly and let's have a connection face-to-face every 6 to 8 weeks. So comms.
Understood.
Okay, great. Can you summarise what we've discussed?
Sure. So, owning end-to-end product management in crafting the unique Kimpton experiences for each new Kimpton opening in Europe this year, successfully measured on time, on brand and on budget openings. This is a stretch goal for me, but given the collaborative nature of it and the fact that we both thought of exactly the same one, it's totally doable, although I'm a tiny bit scared. I'm going to review the critical face-to-face touch points to manage everyone's expectations. All the above will be regularly reviewed at our catch-ups and then formally at our quarterly check-ins to ensure the goal is updated where necessary.
Great, so feel the fear and do it anyway. Okay, so pop onto my HR and remember, comms. Hey Raj.
Hey Joey.
How are you feeling?
I feel quite nervous.
Oh, don't be. Actually, it used to annoy me when people said that. Be nervous, it shows you care.
Thanks.
So, how is everything? It's been quite a year.
It has. But I'm feeling good, fatherhood, hybrid, goals and stretch goals. As you said, it's been quite a year.
No death by Joey catch-ups?
Absolutely not. Quite the opposite, in fact.
Oh, great, because they're not stopping anytime soon.
Great.
Okay, so this, as you're aware, is your Q4 check-in, where we review progress against goals, developments and behaviours. I would like to start with the stretch goal, but before I do, the overall feedback from stakeholders has been great. Yeah, people really like working with you. There's always room for improvement, there always is. And with that in mind, let's talk about the stretch goal.
It was pretty bold taking it on, given all the changes from a work and personal perspective. Getting a handle on what project management and collaboration looks like in hybrid took some getting used to, if I'm honest.
I think we're all still getting used to it. From my perspective, I'm really, really pleased. Do you remember what I mentioned to you, the 3 things at the end of our Q1 goal setting?
Comms?
Yes, but no, but well remembered. On time, on budget, on brand openings.
Ah, yes.
And you've delivered against all 3 of these areas, so I'm very proud.
Thank you. I feel pride too, in all aspects of the projects. Yes, there are some things I could have done better on, but overall, I surprised myself in some ways. I think I took some risks.
Yeah, I agree, and that's super important. Managed risk is essential in any business, including ours. Now, you mentioned things you could have done better.
I didn't think I spoke with Paolo enough. We had different schedules, and looking back, I could have consulted on work patterns and maybe even flexed to be in the office the same time he and his team were. I mean, I was asking for his advice after all. And I think that may have impacted the brand positioning workshops at times.
Yeah, I think that's a really great insight. I did speak to Paolo, and he said that at times you struggled to hold the room in those workshops. The irony is that Paolo's a master at running those, so all you needed was a little face-to-face time with him.
Yeah, you're right. I'll speak to him after this.
Great plan. So the big learnings are sometimes you might need to flex your pattern within reason to meet the business need.
Yeah.
Make sure that you leverage other people's experience. Don't be afraid to say I need you. Just because we're working in hybrid, it doesn't mean that we can't reach out. So make sure you do.
Will do. Thank you, Joey.
Good. So what's next?
So